And one of the places they went to was Brighton. They loved it so much they came back again.
A lesson in history in the very place it happened. Pupils at Elm Grove Primary learn about the day in 1895 that 3 African kings visited their school. It was part of a mission to urge Queen Victoria to block Cecil Rhodes' ambition to plunder the mineral wealth of what's now Botswana.
The kings came because they wanted to ensure that they weren't going to be taken over by Cecil Rhodes and the South African Mining Company. Cecil Rhodes had already taken control of South Africa and Rhodesia, as it was known then, now called Zimbabwe. And the kings knew that if you were ruled by the British South African Mining Company, the people would be treated brutally. Cecil Rhodes was a known white supremacist. They came to speak to Queen Victoria and the British government to ask if they could remain a British protectorate and have some control over their own country so they could keep their people safe.
The King's visit to Britain and the school in Brighton were facilitated by Church Minister Charles Willoughby, who'd been a missionary in Botswana. His 8-year-old son Howard acted as interpreter. Almost 130 years on, these Year 5s reflect on the part their school played in our imperial past.
It's kind of unfair that they invaded Africa. To think that 3 kings came to this exact school.
They were just treating the black people just because the colour of their skin really, really badly.
It's very horrible how this Cecil Rhodes person just treats people in that way.
Records suggest the 3 kings received a warm welcome in Brighton, though the story was largely forgotten until it was brought back to life by the Brighton and Hove Black History Group, its themes still striking a chord with today's audience.
I think it's something that's really relevant at the moment. The children, we have lots of discussions and are very, very aware about discrimination and similar issues. So they want to talk about it, they want to find out what's happened in the past and what maybe they could do differently in the future, so the history doesn't repeat itself.
So you might all have a completely different idea about the story, what you think is important about this story.
The visit of the 3 African kings to Brighton was only the first step. It wasn't until the 1960s that Botswana finally gained independence. But thanks to this project, a clearer picture has emerged of the part they played in that struggle. Malcolm Shaw, ITV News, Brighton.